All right. Hello, everybody. It looks like we are indeed live on Facebook. We are so excited to be on this evening for the Champion Influence Coaching Certification Informational. Thank you to everybody who has joined on Facebook. And we're really excited to have a number of people on in this webinar that is being hosted in Zoom. So for everybody on Facebook, if you have questions, go on and type them in the comment section. We will watch the comment section and make sure that we get to your question. Also, towards the end of this informational, we will indeed have an opportunity to have open questions. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share my screen so that we can move forward with the PowerPoint. So give me 1 second. All right. You all let me know if you can see the slides. I think I'm on shared. Let me make sure. Hasn't come up yet. Okay. All righty, everybody. So again, welcome to the virtual informational with the Champion Influence Coach Certification Program. Tonight will be fun. I am so excited to be on. I definitely want to be able to answer any questions that you may have. So we're going to go on and get started. So for today's presentation, our main flow is going to be one, I'm going to share a little information about myself. I'll also talk a little bit about the business case for coaching. Then we'll move into what is coaching. I'll talk about the Champion Influence Certification Program. I will allow you to meet some of our phenomenal coaches. I'm really excited about that. And then we'll move into a question and answer session. So my name is Toyinda Smith. I am a business coach, a best-selling author, a business consultant, and I am the principal at 2 companies. The first company is Leadership Strategy and Consulting. That's a team and leader development firm where I create champions. I'm also the principal at the Coaching Seat LLC. And this is where I teach professionals champion coaching methods and techniques so that they can create the confidence and unleash the potential in their followers. So as a master coach and consultant, I partner with you to assist you from shifting from one performance dimension to the next. And I am also a human behavior enthusiast. My educational background was at Purdue University. I have a double bachelor's in psychology and sociology. I have an Associate's of Science in Organizational Leadership and Supervision, and my master's degree is in Student Affairs and Higher Education. I am indeed a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and trainer. I am a certified Real Colors personality assessment facilitator. And then I'm also trained to integrate Gallup's Strengths Finder in my work. So as you can see, I am a woman who is interested in human behavior. At the end of the day, I want to know what makes you tick, what ticks you off, and I want to help you to speak in the language of the listener and indeed listen in the language of the speaker. Next, I'm going to move into this concept of coaching. Like, what's really the big deal with coaching? Because listen, the truth of the matter is that people want to be coached. People indeed want to be coached, and they want to become a better version of yourself and with your help. So Google did a 10-year study, y'all, 10 years, right? So for 10 years, they studied, they wanted to really answer this question of what makes a good manager or what makes a good boss. And from the study rose 10 qualities that the individuals who responded to the study suggested. The number one quality that makes a good boss, per Google, is that they are a great coach first. And here's the thing, like a good boss avoids solving everybody's problem, right? They don't even have time to solve their team's problems. Additionally, a good boss who coaches, they use their time to teach their people versus to solve the problems. They guide and they share insight at the right time to their people, and then they let their team gain valuable experiences along the way. Additionally, Columbia University Business School did a study of 10,000 people, and they asked those 10,000 people, number one, do you want to be coached? But then number two, what is causing you to want to be coached? Now, listen, out of the 10,000 people, 30% of the people said, we want to be coached because we need help with life, purpose, vision, creativity, and integrity, right? This is out of 10,000 people. So if we just look at the numbers, that's 3,000 people, right? So moving over to 17% of the people who answered the survey said that they needed help with entrepreneurial activities, team, sales, and cross-cultural diversity. Let's break those numbers down. That's 1,700 people out of the 10K. 16% said they wanted help with leadership and management needs. There is indeed a need for coaches. At 16%, 1,600 people. If we look here at the 8% said they wanted assistance with creating better relationships. And additionally, there was another 8%, which is 800 people, who said they wanted help with their leadership effectiveness. So let's break this down a little bit. So we know that this small study is just a microcosm of the world today, right? Because people say that, coaching is oversaturated and there's so many coaches and, the market is small, but that's really not true. Let's look at the numbers, right? So the 10,000 is a small microcosm. Let's look at this on a macro level. I believe, y'all type this in the comment section on Facebook, type it in the chat, you all. And if you have questions in the chat, go on and write them in. And if you have questions on Facebook, go on and type them in. But if we look at the macrocosm of this thing, we have about 7 billion people in the world. Actually, the number is 7.53 billion people. Come on, y'all put that in the comment section. Type it in the chat on this webinar. So if we have 7.53 billion people in the world, let me make this number very easy for me. Let's take 7 billion people, right? 7 billion people. All right, so let's look at 30% of the 7 billion. I've already done the math and y'all can check me if you would like to. At 30%, y'all, of 7 billion people, 30% of 7 billion people, 2.1 billion are in need of help with life, purpose, vision, creativity, and integrity. Let's look at that. It's 2,100,000,000. You can't tell me that coaching is oversaturated. Now let's break it down some more. 17%, y'all, of 7 billion people. Here we go. 1,190,000,000 people. They need help with entrepreneurial activities, team sales, and cross-cultural diversity. You can look at the number. Let's even look at 8% just to drive the point home. 8% of 7 billion people is 560 million people that need coaching. This market is not oversaturated at all. Let me keep going. So this is what I want you to take note of. Coaching is all about positively impacting the character, mindset, and behavior of people so that they become the best version of themselves. Y'all type that in the chat, type it in the comment section. We're going to get to your questions in a minute, but people want to be coached because they want to become the best version of themselves. Now, moving on to how the Champion Influence Coaching Certification Program is ran, our target deliverables and agreeables are as follows. We, in phase one, we complete a 3-day teaching. It's a live teaching and development intensive. For phase two of the program, you're also placed in a private Facebook learning community of coaches. And phase three, which is new for 2020, we're expecting you to agree to complete 60 hours of technique building with coaches. That just means that you're going to get 60 hours of practice in before you become a certified coach. So our style of teaching is such. Our coaching philosophy is that we partner with others to help them to unleash and amplify their potential. We believe that every healthy person has the capacity to respond to things that are brought to their attention. Additionally, we practice and teach active listening. This is where we're giving our undivided attention. We're taking note. We're refraining from interrupting the conversation. We're not judging, and we're also seeking clarity in that space. Next, our teaching style is such that we are extracting barriers. There's really 3 areas that's going to prevent a coachee from reaching their best possible self or being the best version of themselves. So those 3 areas that we listen for as champion influence coaches, we're listening for interferences, we're listening for distractions, and we're listening for limiting beliefs. And then the last area that's related to our teaching style for the program is impact inquiry. And this just simply means that we are conversing with our coachee surrounding questions that spark reality, brings clarity, develops choices, and helps them to take action. Inside of the coaching program, we also teach what's called the SEAT process for coaching. And here we take our coaches through this training where they understand how to do the following 4 things. Again, this is the Champion Influence coaching model. We help them to settle the objective, explain what they're experiencing, ascertain the strategy after that, and then tend their task. You'll have to join the program to get further details. Next, we do a lot of role play. Inside of the program, in terms of role play, we believe that how you practice is how you will indeed perform. And so within that, we understand that in order to build a confident champion influence coach, we're going to provide feedback while they practice. We understand that in order to create coaching muscle memory, then we also have to practice coaching. And let's look at this thing. In terms of muscle memory, that just means that your muscles, your coaching muscles are being activated because you are in repetition for coaching. This is why after you leave the coaching program, you'll also gain 60 hours of coaching to become a more confident coach. And your muscle memory, your coaching muscle memory is indeed developed and acquired as a result of your frequent repetition. And so we teach that. Next, included in the program is another model. It is our Champion Influence curriculum, and this curriculum specifically points to the individual as a champion. And here we focus on having our coachees win at physical, spiritual, and mental health, because we believe that every coach and every person can be a coach and a leader. And so we focus on that in the coaching program. And then the second curriculum model is a leadership model. And this is how all of the Champion Influence coaches create winning effects at the leadership level. We believe that leaders and coaches should serve. And even after serving, you begin to convert your followers. And then from there, you multiply them. Join the program to get more details about this curriculum. Also, we have a certified coaches community, and this is a Facebook community. It's a private community for the coaches, and every Monday we do a virtual lunch and learn where we're teaching and strengthening the coach as they begin to speak, be a facilitator, and coach on that journey. So once all of this is finished, we have an actual graduation. So men and women will become a certified coach through the company Leadership, Strategy, and Consulting. You'll also learn the coaching profession and techniques. You'll be equipped to understand how to coach confidently, which is very important. You'll be able to apply engaging and interactive facilitation skills, so you'll be able to move forward and facilitate the leadership and coaching curriculum. And then you'll also obtain 2 professional development continuing education units from the University of North Georgia. So we do have a relationship with them. For 2020, we have new champion features. In 2020, you're going to be eligible for our membership continuing education platform. And this is where you'll be able to take a deeper development dive. Next, you'll be eligible for our international speaker coach facilitator platform. This past July, we did go into the Bahamas and we certified 3 influencers there. So we have an international relationship with the country of the Bahamas. And then finally, what's new to this, the Champion Influence Coaching Certification Program, is that you're going to be able to publish as an author in our Coaches Anthology. So we are extremely proud and extremely excited about the expansion of the Champion Influence brand and this program. Ideal candidates for the coach certification program, what we believe is that we're looking at 3 types of people to join this program. The first type of person is someone who's a non-certified coach. So this is somebody who's coaching. However, they may want to become certified to carry a little more weight or another level of credentialing behind the work that they're doing. They're adding more skill set, more knowledge. And what I've noticed is that when individuals hire coaches, they want to know if the coach is certified or not. So it just gives you more weight to what you're doing. Now, I will indeed let you know that you do not have to be certified in order to be a coach. You can specialize in a specific domain, and because of that expertise, you're a subject expert in that domain, you can begin to coach an individual. However, a lot of individuals that are hiring coaches now, they want you to be certified. So the ideal candidate is a non-certified coach. Next, another ideal candidate is a leader. This is somebody who has a direct reporting line, so that they have people who report directly to them. Maybe this is a person who has to conduct performance evaluations for their team. And this is a leader who wants to move away from managing and specifically build their coaching skills so that they can coach their people to success. Most of the time, the managers or leaders who join the coaching program, they're tired of putting out fires. They're tired of team conflicts, having to solve every single problem that comes across their desk. I mean, they don't even have the time to get their work done. So once they're able to apply coaching skills or coaching methods inside of their work, it starts to empower their employees so that their employees can reach their best possible self and indeed solve problems by themselves. Now, listen, you all, as you have questions, go on and drop them on Facebook. We are watching Facebook. And if you have questions on our live webinar, go on and type them in the comment section. The last type of person we believe is an ideal candidate for the Champion Influence Coaching Certification Program is an emerging coach. This is an individual who's thinking about coaching. They want to break into the coaching industry mainly because they want to continue to add value to others. They want to potentially earn an additional income, and they don't quite know which coaching program to join. And so they're actually looking and kind of figuring out what to do. So this person is an individual that's kind of investigating coaching programs. They know that they want an additional stream of income. They know that they want to add value to people, but they're still kind of looking for the ideal fit for them. So why do people choose our certification program? Well, number one is that you get to your objectives quicker. So we're aware that time is a huge factor in whether somebody is going to be a finisher, right? I did a session on being a finisher, right? Unleashing potential. So stopping this whole process of starting, stopping, and then finishing that project. So our program is a 3-day intensive, and it allows you to get to your goals quicker. Second, you have access to a diversity of knowledge. I have a combined 20 years experience teaching, speaking, and coaching. We also have a solid list of champion business building professionals. So your knowledge base is expansive with our program. Next, the third reason why people are choosing to join our certification program is because our coaches have an opportunity to be exposed, right? Personal and professional exposure. And here we know, because I said it earlier, coaches also function as speakers and facilitators for an array of individuals, teams, and organizations, stemming from ministry all the way down to sports and everything in between. Another 3 reasons why individuals choose our coaching certification program is that we have a competitive price point. Our program investment is at a great price point. It's commensurate with the program deliverables and expectations. And you can really balance our program off of some of the other coaching certification programs that are out there. If you want more information about the coaching program, of course, you can go to toyconsults.com/certification. Next, we operate under coaching standards and ethics. Absolutely. So similar to ICF, which is the International Coaching Federation, and then EverCoach by Mind Valley, as well as other universities that teach coaching mastery, we operate very similar to them, and we adhere to and follow a set of guidelines and standards in terms of being ethical. And lastly, people choose our certification program because we have the ability to expand in the brand. So as the Champion Influence program expands, so do everyone, all of the coaches that are tied into the program. So as I mentioned before, the Champion Influence brand is nationally and internationally known. We have coaches in Illinois, Virginia, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, and the Bahamas. So there are several different types of coaching domains. You can become a small business coach, which means that you're focusing on business needs and personal needs, and you integrate that into the lifestyle. You can also become or have a focus, a domain of being an organizational coach. And this is where you focus on organizational change, organizational change in terms of their culture inside of the organization. And that's going to come from an individual and at the corporate level. Additionally, it's a career coach is a domain. So many domains. This person focuses on alignment between individuals' passions, skills, and work to make sure that's really fulfilling for an individual. There's also a thing as a organizing coach. So this person focuses on decreasing disorder so that productivity increases. Like, how many of us need an organizing coach? I know I do. There's several other coaches. Writers are coaches, writer coaches. They focus on coaching and mentoring the writer to a finished and published work. Then we have wellness coaches, and they focus on creating and managing healthy lifestyles to live a great life. Next, you have relationship coaches. Listen, this list is very in depth, right? So there's several different coaching domains. Your relationship coach focuses on a continuum from dating to marriage, and communication and understanding different perspectives are really a significant focus for relationship coaches. Additionally, there's ministry leader coaches. How many of your ministers and your pastors should partake in the coaching experience? A ministry leader coach focuses on a lot, okay? They can focus on an individual's calling, spiritual discipline, relationships, burnout, discouragement, and this list can go on. Also, there's transformational coaches. They focus on shifting who you are from the inside to shift what you do on the outside. I love that. We have cross-cultural coaches, and what they do is focus on being successful at accepting differences, decreasing misunderstandings to produce enriching interactions across cultures. Next, we have Christian marriage coaches. Y'all, this list goes on and on and on. And the Christian marriage coach, they focus on growth and change for couples. And then I have here X coach, because the sky is the limit. I own a balloon decorating company, as I talked about earlier. And I could just turn my company over to my balloon artist and focus on being what, y'all? Type this in the comment section. A balloon coach. Yes, there are people who want to be coached in the process of being the best version of themselves in terms of ballooning. All right, so now I want to explain to you what you will be as, or what your focus will be as a champion influence coach. We don't teach you to be a specific type of coach. What we teach you is to be a coach. We teach you methods and techniques and skill sets to be a coach. So the first focus of the champion influence coach is to create winning effects in the lives of every coachee that we partner with. And we partner with them to amplify their potential and extract barriers. The second focus as a champion influence coach is to help our coachees consistently persist, practice honorable behavior, press until they reach new levels of excellence, and pull until they obtain victory. And this simply means, in a nutshell, that we are indeed looking to help them to become the best version of themselves. So now we're at the place in the webinar that we're going to introduce you to, I think we have 5 or 6 coaches on. I think we have 6 coaches. So we're going to introduce you to our certified champion influence coaches. On air, we're going to bring on Coach Nyoka Stuckey, Coach Lester Young Jr., Coach Yolanda Richburg. We also have, I believe, Coach Tamisha Cash out of the Bahamas may be able to join us tonight. I believe Coach Levon Kirkland, he is a retired NFL player. He may be able to join us. And then we have our phenomenal coach, Ms. Shar Michelle McDowell. And I believe I might have left out Coach Sonyetta. Yes, indeed, Cooper. Coach Sonyetta Cooper is also joining us. So what I'm going to do, everybody, is I'm going to switch. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to bring on our coaches tonight, okay? So let me stop sharing this screen here. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. And yes, Coach Sonyetta is on. So I'm going to bring on, let me make sure we get to our coaches here. All right. Okay, coaches, welcome this evening. Just give us a wave because I know you are muted right now. We're going to get into some questions. We want to ask you some questions. Just really get a feel of your experience with the program. So let me go into the questions. The first question that I want you to answer, and then I'll just kind of call your name out, and then you can unmute yourself, and then we'll all mute ourselves again. But the first question, in 2 minutes or less, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your business and how you help your either clients, customers, or coachees, because again, we know that coaches also speak and coaches train. So how do you help them? And really what caused you to be a champion influence coach? We'll see if you can get that in 2 minutes or less. We'll see, but we have time. We want this conversation to be very rich for those who are interested in what we do, right? So what coaches do, right? Hashtag that, y'all, what coaches do. So Coach Shar Michelle McDowell, I would like for you to kind of open it up.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Awesome. Good evening, everyone. I'm so delighted. Thank you so much, Toy, for having me on the panel tonight. But my name is Shar Michelle McDowell, and I am from Illinois, from Bloomington, Illinois. And I have a couple of businesses. I'm a consultant, a business owner, an author, and a speaker. So one of my businesses is called the Brag Collection, B-R-A-G, and Brag stands for Boast Radically About God. And that basically is a t-shirt company where we have our own brand, and we do inspirational t-shirts as well as keychains, jackets, different apparel that you can wear. I recently received my master's degree in 2018 with a master's in organizational leadership and a concentration in consulting. And so from there, I opened and started a consulting firm called the Well Consulting Firm, where we identify problems, create solutions to transform the world. And so what I like to do is meet with organizations, leaders and their teams to basically help them do process improvement. And so not only with organizations, but we need that as individuals. So that's where the coaching comes in for me. I call myself the enrichment coach. And enrichment is basically moving you from here to there. Like Toy mentioned earlier, that we're moving those distractions, we're moving those interferences so that you can be successful in what you deem, what success is. I am an emerging author, just finished my book, So that will be coming out in a few months. And I'm a speaker and a minister as well. So the other question you had was, why did I choose to be a champion influence coach? I chose to be a champion influence coach mainly because I was following Toy on social media. We had met in person, but I was following her on social media, and she just kept talking about coaching. And really, I wasn't interested in coaching because I was more so on this consulting track. And one of the things that she mentioned in that live, she said that coaching can be a way of communication. And I know that might sound like, how did that pull you in? But that phrase or that sentence for me spoke volumes, because I can take coaching under my consulting firm and not mix the two, because consulting and coaching are different. However, it allowed me to learn some techniques in coaching that I will be able to pull out in my coachees. And so that caused me to say, you know what, I think I want to do this coaching thing, because not just so much with organizations, but even just on a one-on-one basis. And so that would help expand me even when I'm going into organizations, talking with their teams, dealing with their process improvement. I can kind of pull in that coaching aspect to be able to probe the right questions. So that's why I joined the Champion Influence Coach, and I'm going to save the rest for last because it has truly been a blessing, and it has stretched me for the better good. So thank you.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Coach Charmichelle. You are absolutely right. Coaching is not mentoring, it's not consulting, it's not discipling, it's not, it's just not, right? Mm-hmm. Coaching is where we are not providing recommendations, although we might ask our coaches if we can make a suggestion, but they need to give us permission to do that. But coaching is about inquiry. It's about pulling out the answer that they already have within them. Coach Yolanda, can you come on and just share, please?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is doing pretty good. My name is Yolanda Richburg, and just a little background about me. My 9 to 5, I am a physical technician with a local technical college here. I also tutor part-time as needed. And recently, in June of 2018, I became a certified champion influence coach. So yay me. After graduating and receiving my certification and facilitation certification with Toyenda under her program, in August of 2018, I decided to do some research on starting my own LLC. I did the research, and on August 31st, 2018, I opened my own LLC, which is called Finding Your Truth LLC. You talked about the type of coachings, the different levels of coaching. I guess I can consider myself maybe a transformational coach. I focus a lot on women's empowerment, helping women build their self-esteem, helping women build their confidence, helping them find their purpose, helping them find their passion, and actually walking in their truth. And that's the reason behind the name of my business, Finding Your Truth LLC.
I'm sorry, I forgot I was muted. That was awesome. And what part of South Carolina do you hail from?
Born and raised in Sumter, South Carolina.
Wonderful, 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 wonderful. All right, Coach Nyoka.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, I am Coach Nyoka. I currently live in North Carolina, but I just relocated from South Carolina, so I'm fairly new here in North Carolina, but most of what I do is still in South Carolina. But I am a self-love transformation coach. I am a self-proclaimed self-love ambassador. I am an author, and I soon will have my own autobiography. It will be released soon in the next few weeks. But I became a coach because not realizing all of my life, well, most of my adulthood, I didn't realize that my younger sisters, my younger cousins and friends, they all gravitated to me. And I didn't realize that until maybe about 10 years ago. They would all come, everybody come to me for advice, suggestions, and just kind of like dump all of their issues or whatever on me. And, you know, just because they could confide in me, they trusted me. And after a while, it just became something that I was really comfortable doing. But I decided to move forward with the coaching because I said, okay, well, I needed to get out of my comfort zone. I was comfortable mentoring people, comfortable coaching without knowing I was coaching, but everybody that I was connected to was people that I was familiar with, like I said, family, friends, but I knew that I needed to expand that. And one of the things that I realized as I talked to the people that I knew, that a lot of people, when they decide to open up and share all of the intimate secrets and details, they wanted to do that with somebody that they trusted and believed had the credentials. Now, like you mentioned before, Toy, like you don't necessarily have to be certified to be a coach. But like I said, I found out that a lot of people would gravitate to those that had that title that said they were certified or they took X, Y, and Z classes. And so I knew that it was time for me to broaden my reach and expand. So I knew that was, becoming certified was what I needed to do so that I could, reach the masses. And my specialty is self-love transformation. And that basically kind of, it all started years ago with my own personal journey of not loving myself, not because I didn't understand who I was and just dealing with a whole lot of issues. But as I went through that process of healing, I realized that a lot of young girls and women, they began to gravitate to me. And then I realized that was a trend with the people that was connecting with me. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? And the more I embraced what I know I'm called to do, the more I was able to, help other individuals. So as a result of all of that, I started a nonprofit organization, a mentoring program, and it's called Purple Lipstick Ministries, where we mentor young girls and women ages 12 to 21. And we deal with a lot of just breaking down barriers, extracting those limiting beliefs. And believe it or not, I knew that that's what I was doing, but before the certification program, but I didn't have a name for it. I didn't know that that's what you called it. And so once I did the certification program, I was like, every day and with every subject and with everything that we was learning, like on the inside, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's what that is. That's what you call it. Oh yeah, this is familiar. But again, I didn't have all of the background, the methodology and the strategies and all that. So I didn't know what to call it. But since then, I now have, more of a seamless process of how I communicate with the individuals that I coach. I still do mentoring. And again, even before the program, I didn't know that there was a difference with mentoring and coaching. I just thought, okay, you're talking to people and you helping them. It's all helping. But again, there's coaching, there's mentoring, and there's consulting. So I was able to separate those three. And I remember even in the program, as you was explaining it, Toy, and I was just like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that, oh, that's not that? Oh, now I get it. So it was just like, I had a lot of aha moments as we was going through that program. And I was like, wow, this is good. So when I came out with the certificate on it, I may not have looked like super excited in a lot of the pictures. That's because I was taking it all in. But after the fact, when it was just me by myself, I was like, okay, all right, okay, you're doing it. So now my confidence level, it has increased because now, again, I have different strategies. I have, different tactics. And now I know how to better help those that I coach as well as those that I mentor.
That is wonderful. I was over here like, yes, honey, that's awesome. It's just really, really good to hear that this space of illumination and this space of being able to add language to what we're doing. So in grad school, we take theory and we turn it into practice, and it's like praxis. So it's a circular piece, and I'm excited that was the illumination for you. Thank you so much for sharing. And you are indeed, you have a military background as well, correct?
Absolutely, yes. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that part. So actually next month is my 14-year anniversary with military. So yeah, I have 14 years of military background, all of the leadership. So even with some of the different individuals that I coach, I apply some of the military style techniques to that as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Coach Nayoka. I appreciate you. All right, Coach Lester, please share with us. Lester, you'll have to unmute your phone to share.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Blessings to everyone. My name is Lester Young. I'm the founder of an organization called Path to Redemption, which our intention, my mission is to empower and help transform men who are returning home from prison, as well as those inside of the prison system, live their life to the best. Some people call it live your most fulfilled life or your best life. I just help men transform their lives, find their purpose, find their vision, tap into their gift, use that to leverage and bring about real transformational change in their lives, and also continue to extend that into the community that is greatly needed. Also, I'm an author of my first book, which is called The 5 Stages of Incarceration. I use that particular book to help as a coaching tool to help the individuals who are inside of the prison system, rather in the Department of Juvenile Justice, meaning the juveniles from the age of 9 to 17, or to the adult prisons from 17 until whatever that number may be. So with that book, as I said, with being the author, that's what I'm able to use that book to bring about that transformational change. As well as I'm a speaker, I've used my experience, my lived experience of being an individual who has been incarcerated for a total of 22 years inside of a system, using my lived experience to claim that space of expertise that when it comes down to prison reform issues, reentry issues, or even anything that is related to prison, I put myself in that space as I'm an expert in that particular field. And I use my voice to amplify the concerns and the needs of those who are returning home from prison when it comes down to the basic stuff of employment, housing, and education. But also when I put on my coaching hat, I help individuals help transform and connect and really benefit from that, because we can change laws, but if the minds of the individuals are not changed and their spirit is not changed, then what it is, you'll find them falling right back into the same thing. So as I said initially, I'm a transformational coach when it comes to that particular part of it. And I just wanted to say, Toy, I know this might be a little off script. I just wanted to tell you, I'm just sitting here like in awe of how you followed through on your vision. I do apologize if I'm off script a little bit, but I just needed to let you know that I am really in awe of you following through. You have been in the press from the day I met you in Columbia at the podcast launching,
Yeah.
and you have stayed in the press from that day. You moved in that room the way you did. You moved with authority, and you claimed that, and you have been doing it from this day forth. And I am truly delighted to be a part of the Champion Influence brand and continue to honor that. And just wanted to tell you, you inspire me to continue to move forward with it. And may God continue to grant you much success in every endeavor that you do, sister.
Right. Thank you so much, Lester. I said, Lord, I do not want to cry on this webinar, but yeah. I honor you for even recognizing that. And it is my hope to be a role model to you all, because every single thing that I can do, you also can do, and I'm watching for you to do it better. This is the whole system with even athletics. So I was an athlete. I turned into a coach, and I always wanted an athletic coach, and I always wanted my athletes to go further than I have gone. So thank you so much. And listen, brother, you pushing out
my two books right here that I study every morning. Just wanted to let you know that, because this is the first one, and these two right here are the fuel that I put into me every morning after my spiritual stuff that I do. But I don't want to take up too much time. I just was in awe listening to this whole webinar, and I'm like, yo, you really inspire. If anyone really want to know what the brand is about, they have to look at you, you know, and your story and how you build the brand. You have showed us, you've shown me, like the stuff that I have on my board, like how to create a vision and walk with that vision every day. You know, whether it's one person show up or two people or 2,000 people show up, you're going to present to that person who purchased that certification course. You're going to give it to them like they're the only person in that room, regardless. And I admire you for that. Very few people can stay in the press when they don't get all of the attention and accolades in the rooms full of people, but you choose to stay true to your brand. And with that, may God continue to multiply that.
Thank you so much, Lester. I receive it completely. Thank you so much. That's cool. All right, Coach Songyetta Cooper, come on to the floor, my dear.
I don't know why you put me after Coach Lester. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm so excited to be amongst such awesome and successful men and women that have come through the brand of the Champion Influence certification. Thank you, Master Coach, for just staying, as Brother Lester said, true to your vision. And because you stay true to yours, you have pulled out of us what was already in there. And so just to think about the spider web effect of everything and how it's happening now, the lives that are being touched all across the world, internationally, as well as locally, and then moving into new states. It's just awesome to be able to be sitting here to say, I am Songyetta Cooper, the founder and CEO of Cooper's Coaching and Consulting. I'm also known as the Conscious Coach because I specialize in assisting people to be aware of where they're at and realize that you don't have to stay where you're at. What it's about is believing in your true self and then finding the necessary tools to get to the next level. I consider myself a spiritual transformational coach because I do believe that, you know, whatever it is that we need, God has already placed it on the inside of us. And what happens is that once we get connected with the right power sources, the correct people that God has already placed in our paths, then destiny is going to come forth. So I just truly believe in pursuing purpose and living out our true destiny. And so I know it was destiny that had me in that room in June of 2018, and the people that I connected with and the things that God has allowed to transpire since that date. I'm just excited as I watch the plan of my life that God had already laid out before my mother even conceived me in her womb. He had already had it laid out, and he knew that I was going to be connected with the people that's on this call tonight, as well as the people that are watching, who may be trying to figure out where they are supposed to be in life. You created a way for us to be able to be that navigator. So what do? My mission for Cooper's Coaching and Consulting, as a minister, as a mentor, as a motivational speaker, a facilitator, a consultant, and coach, my mission is to motivate others to get in their right position to pursue their purpose. You won't be able to pursue your purpose until you get in the right position. And you will never get in the right position until you figure out who you are. And a lot of people are walking around believing that they are somebody that they are not. And so what I love to do is just work with people and just kind of figure out where they're at, assist them in kind of, you got to admit to it. The first sign to recovery, the first step is admitting that you have a problem. And a lot of people think problem is a bad word, but problem goes along with issue, because as the woman with the issue of blood, it wasn't her fault because she had that issue, but because she pressed and she decided that she wanted more for herself, all she had to do was make her way to the place where she needed to be, and she got exactly what she was looking for. And it wasn't even because Jesus decided to say, oh, you're healed. It was because of her faith. So if you've got enough faith in yourself to believe that you can move past your current situation, the sky's the limit. Anything is possible. So at Cooper's Coaching and Consulting, I work with women and youth. I work a lot with youth because they are our next generation. And I believe in sowing into what I'm going to need. So my age group at the age of 50, thank you, Lord, we are, going to need those young people that a lot of people look over. Because in the next 10 to 15 years, they're going to be the ones placed in a position to make the decisions. And if nobody is taking the time to sow into them, where are we going to be? So I take the time to help young people figure out where they're at, who they are, and then just assist them. I give them a toolbox, and then I assist them in achieving and acquiring all the tools that they're going to need to build the best life possible for them. So I've always been a life coach. Pretty much all my life, as a young girl, as a teenager, as a young woman, with my girlfriends and my sisters, as Coach Nayoka said, being around everybody that wants to talk to you and tell you everything, and not realizing that I was always the voice of reason and making decisions, because my prayer has always been for God to give me wisdom, because I admire Solomon so much. My prayer is so much that God would just grant me wisdom to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it, not to move unless he tells me to. And so with having that wisdom, you can assist people when they're trying to figure it out with just like a word of encouragement, empowerment, speaking to the lives. I'm big on upbuilding women, because a lot of times women don't realize the power that we possess if we only just learn how to work together and strengthen each other. Because if my sister is stronger, that's going to make me stronger. So as the life coach and everything that I've achieved with being with not only you, Toy, but to glean from everybody that's on this call, and what I've achieved so far is only by the grace of God and these kingdom connections that he's making happen. And so all my life, I've been doing this, but now with the certification, it just makes it official.
Wonderful. I'm excited. You all are just continuing to encourage me. I really believe that with you all sharing your stories and sharing the connection with the program, that it helps other people to get a better sense of the Champion Influence brand, our family. I think we're going to do one more question. I do not see any questions in our comment boxes, nor do I see any questions. I saw some people saying, yes, South Carolina. So I don't see questions there, but we may have some later. But this conversation is very rich, and I want to keep that going. What advice would you give to people who want to be coaches? What advice would you give to people who want to be coaches? See if you can sum it up in maybe one or two sentences. I don't know, but what advice would you give people who want to be coaches? Coach Sonyetta.
My advice is to go for it. If you've been thinking about it, if you believe that this is what you are destined to do, my advice is to go for it. Check out the links that Toyenda puts up. Click on it, contact her, and everything else will definitely fall into place. Believe in yourself.
Wonderful. Coach Char Michelle McDowell.
My advice would be, I'm reminded of Bishop T.D. Jakes saying that life leaves clues. And Nayoka said it tonight, Sonyetta said it tonight, of how when they look back all of their lives, these individuals, these women, young girls have been clinging to them, or gleaning from them. They've been coaching, all of their lives. And I'm included in that, mentoring, and just having a heart for people in general, especially youth and women. But I just think about looking at those clues to really tell the signs of this is where I'm supposed to be. Understanding that purpose, of you helping other people, because that's really what it's about. And moving them from, their past to their future, from the trash, to the treasure. You talked about limiting beliefs, and the coach is unlocking those things that's already been there since before they were in their mother's womb, right? And so just helping them to remove these thoughts of what you can't do, getting rid of the negative words of I can't, and I don't know how, and but we can help them with those tools. And so my advice would be, listen to your heart. Look at the clues. What have you been doing for the last 10 years unknowingly? And now that you've heard about what coaching is and what the difference is between discipling and consulting and mentoring, it's like, oh my God, like Nyoka, is the light bulb just goes off. When you have language to something, it's like, now I get it, and having those moments, it makes you more confident to move out with what you know that you're destined to do. And so you'll find your self-fulfillment in that place when you listen to the clues that life has left you.
Wonderful. Wow, that was rich. Thank you so much. Coach Yolanda.
My advice would be to go ahead and take the first step. I would look at it as if it's an investment. You have to pour into yourself. You have to invest in yourself, and you'll get the rewards back. You'll get the accolades back. But just believing in yourself, taking that leap of faith, and that everybody has a voice that needs to be heard. And you don't know how powerful your voice is until it's actually heard by other people. And some people have that calling. Some people have that natural ability, as some of the other coaches said, that they just draw certain people. Sometimes if you have a healing spirit or a certain calmness about you, you draw certain people onto you. So I would just say, go for it. And when you pray for it, pray to be prepared also. Pray for preparation. So I would go for it.
Lady, if you all are watching on Facebook, and I know you are because I can see it, go on and put in the comment section, Coach Yolanda said to be prepared for, wait, you said, Yolanda, say it again.
When you pray, pray for preparation, so that way you'll be prepared.
Wonderful.
For what's to come. Mm-hmm.
Pray for preparation. That's huge, because when the harvest comes in, that's really when the work begins. Like, right. We think, woo, harvest is here. No, baby.
Work.
You have to get out there and get that fruit, get all that stuff up. What'd you say, Coach Shar?
I said work. It's time to work now. Get out the boat.
Right.
Absolutely. Coach Nyoka, did I hear from you? No. Coach Nyoka, please.
So my advice would be to follow your why. If, like Coach Sanyetta said, if you are thinking about it, then there's a reason why you're thinking about it. So follow your why, commit to your why. Yeah, that's it. And go for it. Go for it. And like Coach Yolanda said, it's an investment. I mean, you're going to put out, but you are going to, your return is going to be so much greater. Yeah. So follow your why.
Thank you so much. Coach Lester.
And your sisters have covered everything. I would just say, just conquer that self-doubt, because being a coach, you have to be able to operate in authority and be able to help someone unleash their true potential. You have to be able to conquer your own individual doubt. And I think that, if you are entertaining the idea about becoming a coach, just pray and make the preparation for it, as she mentioned, but also ask God to help you conquer that fear of self-doubt, because self-doubt is one of the biggest things that hinder us from moving and operating in the authority that God has put us in, and being a coach, the way that you can be effective and transformative and create results is that you have to have conquered your own individual doubt. So that would be my thing. Conquer that, pray to conquer self-doubt, and just jump and just trust and believe that when you jump, that God is going to provide for you, and that this is going to be the landing that you're going to need to be able to help you unleash who you really are so that you can help make an impact in the world.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's huge, Lester. Conquer it. I love it. Thank you so much. I want you to stay on. I want you to mute. I'm going to share my screen as we get ready to wrap up, because I want to hear from you, and I want the people to know how to find you, how to connect with you. I want them to know what you have. If you have a product, if you have some type of engagement, some openings, I want them to know how to connect with you. So just hang on. I'm going to wrap up with a couple pieces here. I'm going to share my screen again. So just hang on. Let me see, am I sharing? Oh yeah, let me share. All right, I'm going to hit the share button, so y'all stay with me. Just wanted to open up the floor for any questions. If you have any questions for us, we want to open up that floor for the questions. If you all who are watching Facebook and even watching the replay, if you want these slides, I would like for you to text the word. It's one word together. I want you to text Toy Consults to the number 66866. If you want these slides, you're catching the replay, you've missed it. If you want these slides, I want you to text Toy Consults, that's one word, to the number 66866. So again, we're opening up for questions. I do see a comment that says, "This has been awesome. I will go back and catch the replay because I missed the beginning." If you all are seeing any questions on your screens, we will get into those. I don't see any questions over here. And this last slide, I think I have one more slide. I thought I had, let's see, one more slide. This is the last slide for everybody. If I want you to stay connected with me and stay connected with us. The coaches are going to let you know how to stay connected with them. But you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Coaching Seat, at The Coaching Seat. Additionally, the website, especially if you want to find more information about the program, is toyconsults.com/certification, or just go toyconsults.com and just push the certification button when you open up the site. And then you can email me at thecoachingseat@gmail.com, thecoachingseat@gmail.com. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we're going to get some last words and hear from our coaches who are here tonight. And by the way, people, we have a total of 23 coaches on the team, included in the family with the brand. We started in July of 2018. We are we're in our second year. We do have a coach certification program that is November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, 2019. It'll be in Hartsville, South Carolina. That window is closed for joining that program, but I will release the dates. I'll release the dates of the new program, which is on my website. They will be March 6th, 7th, and 8th. That should be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 6th, 7th, and 8th. 2020. So we are opening up 2020 in the first quarter with a new feel to the coaching program and a new program. So if you're interested, we indeed have payment plans, or you can do one full payment, but you'll have to go to the website to check that out. It's toyconsults.com. So now I want to open it up to the coaches, and I'm going to start with Coach Nayoka. Tell us if you have any final thoughts. Let them know how they can get in contact with you, and if you're going to be having an appearance somewhere, please share.
Yes, so to contact me, you can follow me on Facebook at Coach Nayoka. I am on Instagram at _Nayoka Speaks _. And also you can go to my website at nyokastuckey.com. There you will find where you can keep up with whatever events that I have going on. Also, I am a co-author for 2 previous books, so you can purchase those books from my website. Be on the lookout. My autobiography will be released within the next few weeks. The title of it is Boss Up, so be looking out for that. I'll be doing a virtual release the end of this month, and then I will be doing a physical signing in December, and then be on the lookout for 2020. I'll be doing a Boss Up tour. So yeah, just hit me up. Also, my phone contact is also on my website, again, nyokastuckey.com. And yeah, I'm open and available to communicate if you want to do some coaching, some mentoring, some consulting, or some kind of collaboration. I am open and available.
Wonderful. And can you spell your website for the people, please?
I'm sorry, yes. Nyoka, Nioka Stuckey, Stuckey, at www.nyokastuckey.com, NIOKASTUCKEY.com. Also, you can email me at nyokastuckey@gmail.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Coach Nyoka. Coach Sonyetta.
Yes, ma'am. If they would like to get in contact with me, they can follow me on Instagram at The Conscious Coach LLC. On Facebook, it's Sonyetta Cooper, The Conscious Coach. If you would like someone to come out to do any type of speaking engagement where there's empowerment for youth or empowerment for women, I'm also a youth minister. I love just sharing the word of God in an untraditional manner. I like to deal with the topics that other people don't like to talk about. So I would be called the John the Baptist of this century. So therefore, also, if you would like to email me, you can reach me at coachcooper911@gmail.com, because it might be an emergency. So hit me up. I'll be right there for you. So for the rest of 2019, on the December the 20th and 21st, we will be hosting what's called the Sisters Gathering 2019. That flyer is on my page, both of my pages. So if you would like to join us, we would love to have you. And then in January 2020, on the 25th, I am in the process of hosting a prophetic youth conference here in Florence County. So I am looking forward to a revival of our young people. So it's not just for Florence, it's for all surrounding counties. If you want to travel from other places, I would love for you to be there, because I am looking forward to pushing our youth to the next level. So if you need me for any speaking engagements, please let me know. And I specialize in certain topics. So if you'd like more information, feel free to reach out to me.
And Coach Sonyetta, can you spell your website as well?
Sure. Well, it's Cooper. It's Coach Cooper LLC. So that's COACHCOOPER LLC. And then on Facebook, it's Sonyetta Cooper, which my first name is SONYETTA Cooper. And then it's / The Conscious Coach.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Coach Shar Michelle.
It's some powerful people on this line tonight. I am like holding my mule over here. I can be reached at on Facebook, Shar Michelle McDowell, right here on Facebook. You can also reach me on my email, thewellconsults2@gmail.com. thewellconsults2@gmail.com. Don't worry about Instagram, people. I'm not on Instagram like that, so just email me. I do have a conference that's coming up. Only if you're in the Illinois area. Again, it's the same weekend as Master Coach's event, but every year our church has a women's conference called 100% Changed, and that conference is November 1st and the 2nd of this year, and I will be one of the panelists, just sharing my my story, you know, of going from here to there, and just the progress and the grace that the Lord has blessed me with to have businesses, write a book, and just really stepping outside of my comfort zone and getting my own self out of the way. I'm one that struggled with confidence and low esteem. I had a great background, come from a great family, but that spirit of rejection will get you. Mm-hmm. And so people that have walked alongside me have seen me grow in the particular church that I'm at now, just have seen a difference. And so I am determined to be the uniquely me and to just be everything that God has called me to be. So I'll be sharing my story on that panel along with 2 others. And yeah, we have a prophet that's coming out of Chicago that particular weekend. And so we're just gonna have a great time. And so I can put that in the comments later, but I don't want to clash. So.
Oh, no, sure, that's fine. Our coaching program is November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and we're closed. We're closed there. So please share.
Okay. So, yeah. Thank you, Toy.
Thank you. And just, you know, for the principle behind it, just spell your email address. Spell that email address.
Sure. The email is thewell, THEWELL, consults, CONSULTS, the number 2 @gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you as well.
Yes, Coach Lester. You got to unmute.
You could find me on Facebook at my organization page called Path, the number 2, Redemption. You can find me on Instagram on Path to Redemption 515 on Instagram. My email address is path, the number 2, redemption 515 @gmail.com. You can go purchase my book at my website, pathtoredemption.com. You can purchase my book called The 5 Stages of Incarceration. If you don't want to go through the website, you could inbox me on my page, Path to Redemption on Facebook, and we could, you know, talk about how you can purchase that book.
Wonderful.
As well as speaking engagements. This is very huge to me. My first inaugural conference for my organization. Path to Redemption is something that I've been laboring for the last 5 years in Columbia, just building relationships in the community to show people that I have something to offer in this community. And so this will be my first conference. I'm partnering up with Benedict College here in Columbia, and it's a reentry conference. It's called the Reintegration, the Impact, the Family, and the Community. And it's really geared towards helping individuals find their why, find their purpose, find their gift, find a sense of belonging in a community after incarceration, living with a felony conviction. So that's my lane. This is my my baby right here. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my baby. This is my first conference. Other than that, I have a list of other speaking engagements. I can't even remember them right now. I have my calendar, but I'm thankful to God that He has given me a platform to use my voice to inspire others in this particular space to know and understand that your past mistakes that you've made does not define who you are in your present. It's all about you learning and growing and centering and what I call recalibrating yourself in this space. So if you know anyone that has been directly impacted with incarceration or family members trying to understand it, please go to my website or on Path to Redemption, number 2 redemption.com, or go to my page and like my page, Path to Redemption, and see all of the stuff that I'm doing, and you'll see all of the different speaking engagements and events that I have on my page. Thank you, guys. Be blessed.
Awesome. Lester, just spell that website for me. You know, I have trouble with spelling redemption. Can I tell you that I use spell check often? So just spell it for us just to make sure we're good.
I appreciate it. Like I said, it's Path, PATH, the number 2, Redemption, REDEMPTION, redemption 515 @gmail.com. Or you can go to my page, Path to Redemption, on Facebook, and you can find me there. And as I said, you'll see all of the different events that I'm hosting. And if you need me to speak or to be a part of mentoring or whatever, just please contact me like that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Lester. I'm excited about your conference, Coach Cooper's conference. I'm really excited about what we're all doing. I'm excited about it, and I'm so proud. Like, you don't even, it's like a mother, and it's just like, look at my child. I mean, that's how I feel sometimes. So if you see me, I'm posting, I'm talking about y'all because I'm just grateful and thankful. You know, that's just kind of really where I am. I'm just thankful. That's it. All right, Coach Yolanda.
Hi, you can find me on Facebook under my full name, Yolanda Richburg. You can also find me on Facebook under my business page, Yolanda Richburg, the Life Coach. I also have a blog page on Facebook called Hey Beautiful. And under that blog page, I created a personal development workbook and a journal. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me on Facebook. Or you can email me at yolandaricchburg@yahoo.com.
And Coach Yolanda, I want you to spell that email, but if you have your workbook near you, just maybe hold it up, let them know how they can purchase, like what they need to do to get it.
Yes, ma'am. Here is one of the journals. It's just a blank journal. It's 50 pages, 25 pages front and back. I have these for sale. These are $8. And I also have the personal development workbook. These are $10. And all you have to do is just send me an inbox or an email and let me know the quantity that you would like to order. And I also have this workbook in the PDF version, and I'll give it to you at a special price of $5 for the PDF.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Does anybody else have a book that they want to just kind of hold up? I know you all talked about it. I don't know if Coach Nayoka has hers near. Lester, if you have yours near you. No? Okay. So listen, everybody, I thank you all. I thank my panelists. They are phenomenal champion influence coaches, phenomenal speakers and trainers, phenomenal authors. You want to definitely make sure you connect with them. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have concerning the Champion Influence Coaching Program. But I wanted to take the time out to have this webinar so that individuals can really understand what the Champion Influence Program is all about. My name is Toyinda Smith. I am a best-selling author, a master coach, business consultant, and I'm also the creator of the Champion Influence Coaching Certification Program. And that program is all about licensing those who want to be remarkable at unlocking and unleashing the potential in others. We will see you next time. If you want to reach out to me again, my website is toyconsults.com, TOYCONSULTS.com. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at The Coaching Seat. And you can email me at Toyinda, TOYINDA, at toyconsults.com. Okay, so thank you so much. I am excited about what we've done. Coaches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop us here from being live on Facebook. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to stop that. And then I am going to stop our recording.